Well, I mean, I don't mean to be Pollyanna because I know if somebody got into a car accident and they've got back pain, there's legitimate reason something's out of alignment. You got to get that addressed. But has somebody ever come to you with like a chronic pain situation? Shoulder blade hurts, don't know why. It's not like they're lifting heavy machinery, where you would say, have you thought about acupuncture? Have you thought about a past life regression to see if you were stabbed in the back as a gangster? I mean, I don't know, but do you believe in some of those other alternative therapies?
So, great question, because unless you've seen these patients and really lived in the pain world, it's really hard to imagine all of the different pain conditions that exist. You know, most people in society who are blessed, I mean, truly blessed to never have been seriously injured or never have chronic pain. And I mean truly blessed, because I mean when you just think about all the things that can happen to you on a daily basis that are not happening to you. I mean, when you're walking, that little crack in the sidewalk that you missed by a millimeter. Yeah. You know,
could twist your ankle and ruin your month. Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know, your life, because I mean, so there are conditions, like one condition is called CRPS, where simple injuries, I mean, really simple injuries. We've seen people develop CRPS from people just getting an IV in or spraining their ankle.
And do you think that's psychological, or is it really truly just physical from that twist of the ankle?
Well, it's actually even more complex than that.
Okay.
It's all of that and none of that and more.
Okay.
So what can happen with CRPS is you start developing this this pathologic pathway where your body continuously thinks that the injury persists.
So your brain neurons are wired that way to think pain in ankle or pain in IV spot.
They are permanently wired that way.
Got it.
So they get hardwired into thinking that pain is normal. So imagine that, right? So, you know, we have this theory of like entropy, you know, back in high school, for anyone who's listening, if you remember that term, you know, but this idea of randomness and to think that that throughout all of the things that happen on a daily basis, somehow all of your billions or trillions of cells are all still maintaining some form of shape and function without their randomness, to think that your brain and all of those neurons are still functioning correctly and they still think that pain is not normal. Now, what if that all flips? You know, you sort of, I kind of use the analogy, it goes to the dark side.
Sure.
And now they're permanently wired to think that pain is a normal situation. And that happens not infrequently. It's scary how not infrequently that happens. It gets hardwired. It's the example that I think most people can relate to, or at least have heard or understand, is phantom limb syndrome.
Sure.
So, you know, people will have an amputation, but they will still feel that limb. They will still feel pain in their toes, even though their toes don't exist anymore.
Yeah. It's
because the brain has been hardwired into that, and really can be a horrible condition. But so we split things up into two categories, or at least I do, which is organic and inorganic.
Okay.
So organic is the things that most people think of, right? I have a broken bone, or my discs in my back are no longer healthy, or I have a pinched nerve, or I have arthritis.
Right.
But it also leads to inorganic. And inorganic means, you know, neuronal changes. Things that you can't see are broken. So that's where your central changes occur. And we call that central sensitization, or hyperalgesia, or hypersensitization, where things are perceived to be a lot worse than they are. And in many situations, you may still have the organic, but then you have the inorganic. Or sometimes the organic goes away, gets better, but the inorganic persists.